Here is the only figure I wanted from the Secret Wars wave. What makes this figure so special is this is the first time Spider-Man wore his black suit. I believe it was made 1984. One of you old heads correct me if I'm wrong. And by old heads, I just mean anybody who was alive when this wave first came out, like the 5 points ones. But here he is out the package, and this is on the AF Spidey body. We all knew this was coming. At least I did. They're going to use AF Spidey wherever they can, and I'm here for it. That's the best Spider-Man body they have in rotation, and I wish they would use it till the mold blows up because I love it. There's one thing this figure is missing, and that's the ever popular toe joints. I'm not really sure why they didn't do it here, but here we are. Taking a look at the sculpt and the paint, which there's not much of. The sculpt is the same as the AF Spidey, but the paint is just the logo and the eyes. I hope no one expected shading because there was no shading on the original figure, and that's what this wave is based on, which is all those original figures. We got to start referencing and looking at source material, guys. We can't just run off and assume these things are supposed to be perfect each time. They're actually based on certain things, and that's why they look the way they look. I'm 100% sure this is coming again. They're going to re-release it. Don't think this is the only time you're going to see it. But since there's not much paint work to talk about, we're going to move right on to accessories. Like I said in the last video, I'm going to start putting accessories on the figure so you guys can see what it looks like. And this figure comes with my favorite style of Spider-Man head, which is squinty eyes. I absolutely love that look for Spider-Man. And I wish more Spider-Man figures came with that. I think it's fire. Now we arrived at one of my favorite accessories from the Secret Wars wave. I love these lenticular shields. Shout out to Jason Patchen 1912 for telling me these are stickers. I kind of thought they were, but I wasn't 100% sure. But now that they are, I'm going to stick them everywhere. One of the things I like about this figure too is it comes with a full set of Spider-Man hands. We always cry that Spider-Man doesn't come with one or the other of these, so they made sure to put them all in here. He has thwip, wall crawling, and fisted hands. And I did forget to mention you could swap out the lenticular card for like this 40th anniversary Secret Wars card. I have to remember I'm doing a review, and in a review you got to talk about the same things over and over. Even though I mentioned this in other videos, I still got to say it in this video too. And that's all the accessories he comes with. Let's talk about articulation. Now for articulation, he is the same setup as the AF Spidey. The first like two we got, I believe there's 2 or 3 of them out there now. Disc hinge at the neck, which is my favorite piece of articulation because it just gets more range than a double ball peg. Once Hasbro learns how to do a double ball peg, I'm pretty sure it'll be good. Coming down to the shoulders, you will get a T-pose. I believe it's a T-pose, a little more than 90, but you got to kind of work it in there. The sculpt is kind of working against you at this point, but you can't push it up. Like you just have to force it a little bit. Do get double jointed elbows. I forgot to talk about the bicep swivel, but that's there too. Bends all the way in, like what you would expect from a Spider-Man figure. And another thing I always forget to talk about is the butterfly joint. You do get a butterfly joint on this guy. I don't know why I'd be forgetting these pieces of articulation. This is stuff I like in figures, and I always forget to talk about it. You do get a wrist swivel with the up and down hinge on each set of hands. For the torso, it will bend back about that far on the first joint, second joint that far. Typical AF Spidey stuff, pretty good range. Could be better though, I think. You do also get like a torso swivel to go all the way around 360 if that's your thing. Hips go up about that far, go back that far. It does have a thigh swivel. I always forget to talk about thigh swivel for some reason, but it's there. Double jointed knees will go back about that far. You don't have to worry about it running into anything because it's just like a bodysuit. Also does have calf swivel. I kind of wish they would move this down to the ankles. That way you won't have to worry about breaking the sculpt. I will forever pioneer for ankle rotation. I think it's like a way less invasive way of putting articulation on a boot. And it also just looks a whole lot better. The feet will do feet things. They go down that far, up that far, and you do get an ankle pivot. Now, I do want to compare this to a red and blue AF Spidey just so you can see the difference. Here's a micro mini custom I did. I swapped this head with the Ben Reilly that came out. The Ben Reilly was on a retro body, and I thought this head was like super cartoony, and it makes for a good like teenage looking Spider-Man, I guess you could say. Spectacular Spider-Man-esque, some would say. Now, these figures are largely the same, but there is some small minor things that are different, mainly the biceps. So AF Spidey, both versions that came out had holes in the triceps for the wings, like the web wings it has. And you can see the difference in the sculpt. AF Spidey's arm is a little bit softer than Black Suit. I'm not 100% sure if it's the same sculpt just without the hole because I do not work there. I just do reviews. But with my bare eyeballs, well, I wear glasses, but with my glasses and eyeballs, you can see the sculpt is more defined on the Black Suit. Even coming around to the front, you can see there's more definition on the biceps and triceps than the red suit one. know someone's gonna argue that's why I zoomed in so you can see it too. Here he is with the Secret Wars wave cap. I keep wanting to call this 20th anniversary cap because they look almost identical, and I don't have that one to compare, so to me they're identical. And then here he is next to the Secret Wars wave Wolverine, one of my favorite figures from the wave. And then here he is next to Mezco Conan. I'm just grabbing what's next to me as usual. Now, before we get out of here, I do want to compare it to a custom black suit Spider-Man I did a while ago. This is the retro card one. I just swapped the arms with Black Panther. It's a really simple custom. You just get a retro card of Spider-Man and you get the Black Panther from whatever wave that was, and you swap the arms at the shoulder. People seem to think these bigger shoulders look better on these figures, and I disagree. I don't have a problem with the stock shoulders they come with. I also wanted to see these two figures side by side. You could definitely use the bigger one for like a Matt Gargan version for the Dark Avengers. You can also see how much the logo has changed over time. The first appearance logo is a lot more tame than the more modern one. I thought that was interesting because I don't know why I thought that was the same logo on both figures, but it's not. One last thing I wanted to do before we got up out of here was I wanted to put the squinty eyes head on this retro body just to see what it looked like. This retro version of Spider-Man reminds me of the cartoon when he was yelling at the top of his lungs for Shocker, and I think the squinty eyes head helps sell that emotion too. And I'm happy to report it looks pretty damn good on this body. All in all, I really do like this figure. I think it's the perfect representation of Spider-Man. I think Hasbro absolutely kills this mold every time they use it. And I think this was the perfect place to use it because if they had used his Sunfire mold, I would have been done with Marvel Legends, I'm telling you right now. But thank you if you made it this far in the video. Go ahead, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you're not. Or a lot of y'all be lurking. Just hit that subscribe button so you know when I upload. I super appreciate everybody using affiliate links. The only reason I'm reviewing this wave is because of those. So keep clicking those affiliate links and using those. They help fund what I do on this channel. Like, comment, and subscribe, my usual outro. And I'm out.